Hey, is another episode of Watch and Strappin. These aren't watch reviews, it's just a quick wristwatch check. If I have a review up, consider these an extended review. Basically, also supplementary information, just user experiences, just added on top of other videos that I've done just to give more, I don't know, information and whatnots about a particular watch. This is, of course, the Blancpain by Swatch. And the light ahead on top of me is giving me bad reflections. 50 fathoms Scuba, or Scuba 50 fathoms. It's just a green abyss color. Really like this with the green drab color and black and kind of creamy accents as well. And there is actually white too. It's not just all cream there. And I've had this on this FKM rubber strap. It is in a style, if you can see by the texture and the general look of it, it kind of looks like a sailcloth strap, and it does have that texturing, which is really nicely done. This is an AquaFlex strap from the Strap Tailor, which I picked up a couple weeks ago. Mishap with the size. They sent me one right after I explained it and got me the right size, and so that was about another week wait. Actually less than that. It came by pretty fast. Actually, they ship DHL Express pretty quickly. But then there was an issue with the clasp. The one that the replacement was with the right size, but the clasp didn't really hold that well. It was a really easy to knock. Just check out my video on that. It's a couple of videos ahead of this one. And then I swapped it out for the one that they sent incorrectly, which was a 20 millimeter size, but they both use 18 millimeter clasp, and that worked a lot better. It's more snappier. I have to admit the operation did feel a little bit stiffer, I guess. Like operating the buttons weren't exactly the smoothest. I felt there was some, I don't know, maybe it's just the way they were machined. They worked, but they didn't seem like they were moving necessarily the most free as possible. It's kind of hard to explain, but at least it held, and I am able to lock it down and deploy it, and it does hold securely. And I was using that for a while, as you've seen maybe on my last video or two possibly. And the only thing that I wish that they had available was a black version of the clasp, the deployant clasp, but they don't. And so that's fine. Silver is fine. It's a pressed silver. It's pretty nice looking. And I rocked it for a while, and I just got this up. Besides, I still wanted to try and go with a black clasp deployant. And I looked around. Basically, I ended up picking up one from StrapHabit. They have them in different sizes, but they do have them in this black within 18 millimeters, and it came yesterday. And it's basically a quick swap. Pop out. You have spring bars holding it to the strap, right behind where I'm kind of centering this camera on. Yeah, you just pull it out like stick a spring bar tool and just get it out, just like you would like most spring bars that would you'd use to attach the strap to the watch itself. This does have screws, so this doesn't have spring bars, screw bars. But anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. So that's it. And then it's pretty much the exact kind of dimensions. The only thing that's different, and I suspect most of these strap companies that have this general style of deployant clasp, I guess you can consider it like, I would say it's kind of an Omega Seamaster style of strap that at least they may be more famously known to use this style, where the end piece kind of folds in and underneath, like as you see here, so you don't have like a loose end sticking up, so you don't need another keeper. Keeps it a nice clean look too. It does add a bit of thickness below the wrist, as you can imagine, because you got a layer of strap and then the clasp mechanism, right, the folding part, and then another part of the rubber. But it's not too bad actually. I've never found it like, oh my god, there's so much like bulk underneath my wrist. Now if you look at the Omega Seamaster with the newest ones that have that mesh bracelet, that does seem pretty thick, and maybe it's because it's mesh. But anyways, I haven't had a problem with this being like unwieldy or anything like that, catching or anything, so I wouldn't worry about that. I just like a nice cleaner look. So yeah, like I was saying, I suspect they basically all are manufactured from probably the same place, more or less. Where that is, I don't know, but it's likely, right? And the only thing that they do change probably between the strap brands or this part of the clasp that you see right here, what that has the deployant, the buttons on either side of it. That part can vary. It could be signed differently. Obviously, the other one was had the Strap Tailor logo on here. This actually is signed, but it's on the inside. Let me hold on. I'll just undo this for a quick moment. You can see on the inside, and you see StrapHabit right inside there, and yeah, and it just comes out like that. And also the shape of this is different. Let me just secure this back on wrist. The shape of this is different. This is a bit more rounded and contoured, I suppose, like across the top here or the end. It's more rounded versus the one that the Strap Tailor has. It's nice. It's got some crisp lines. It's more slightly more angular, I guess. It does definitely come to a point, a bit of a point in the middle of the clasp, where where the holes are, right? Basically, kind of would be around that area, which is fine. But I have to say that, and I just thought I would want this more in a matte color because of the strap, but because of this specific watch that has like this bezel in particular has this. It is like a it's not it's transparent. It's got the black underneath, like how you might see some sapphire or even mineral crystal bezel inserts, bakelite even, from the past. This has that effect, right? It's just this heavy, like clear layer over it, whatever bezel design or colors underneath it. But it basically gives this watch like a nice black glossy look too. And so that actually matches this kind of look here, because the green is basically matte on the watch as well as the strap, that color, but at least the black on the bezel is glossy, and the black on the dial is actually more matte, or if not semi gloss, so it has may have a slight sheen to it, but it's not as glossy as the bezel. And so that being glossy, I guess it kind of works with this clasp here being in a black gloss, kind of a high polish, I guess, color, texture, finish. And also the fact that it's a bit more rounded than the Strap Tailor one that came with it. I think that actually works a little bit better in the sense that there is no real pointed areas, I would say, that much. Well, I mean, you can, I guess, the crown guards or and the lugs, sort of, but overall, I feel that the watch is rather rounded, on the case sides, the bottom, and especially on the surface, the way the bezel insert at least kind of is convex, it kind of bulges out, and yeah, I guess the crystals as well, you consider that, there's some more rounded bits on it. There's not a lot of hard edges, I would say, at least on a good portion of it, and so that I think that just matches like the shape of this clasp better. So that's basically all I wanted to share. I know I've been sharing this quite a bit recently. It's a pretty good watch. I mean, it's been holding pretty good accuracy. Most recently, it's right around -2, maybe just under -3, but good enough. I mean, for a mass-produced movement, but it is in-house within Swatch Group. And within Swatch specifically too. This is a System 51 automatic movement. No hacking, but I found ways around that just by playing with the crown, and you can get it to hack and kind of pause, and so that you can better synchronize it with time. Now, in terms of setting the time, I've learned that I think to the point where you want to set it, you want to be about 10, maybe 15 seconds ahead of pushing, locking down the crown, pushing it down and letting it be. And then it will just take about that much time for the minute hand to actually start advancing forward. Because if you try to do it exactly to the second, it's going to be behind, about roughly 15 seconds, I think, behind your intended time to you wanted to synchronize the hand to the seconds. And so when you get to the top of the minute, it'll actually look like it's slightly behind. So I found, for at least my example, setting it about 15, getting the hands moving it forward, and then figuring out, okay, if it's going to be at the top of the minute, I'm going to try to set it, or the second hand is about at the 45-second mark. So I'll quickly lock it down, and then once this starts going to, like, say, the top of the actual minute, right up to 12, that should start getting the minute hand moving along with it, and it should be all perfectly synchronized. As you can see, that's how I got it to look like this right now. It was pretty much synchronized with it. Just a little tip, in case that matters, and I am pretty obsessed and about making sure that the time on the hands are set exactly where they should be. I don't like it when it's slightly off. I will reset it until it's about as perfect as possible. That's just me, but it is doable, and I do it. Anyways, this is I just wanted to share, again, further more user experience with this watch. I hate the glare overhead. It's like high, almost noon, and I have a sunroof, so it's messing up my shots here, but whatever, I'm almost done. And I just wanted to share this new class that I got. So again, the strap itself is from the Strap Tailor. I believe they're based in the UK, United Kingdom, England, and great quality strap, but, and I pointed it out to them, their class needs a little bit of work, in my opinion. Again, the first one I got, it deployed a little too easy. It was like I just brushed my finger on either buttons and it would just unlock and release, and that's not good. And so if I pull on the actual clasp, it doesn't do that. It actually will hold, but the chances that I could knock the buttons even slightly is pretty good, and so I don't want to take that chance. That's why I swapped it for the other one that was more secure from the other shop to let me keep, and that was better, but it still didn't feel quite refined. And I think I sort of pointed it out in my video, like, so both buttons weren't exactly sticking out evenly off of the clasp. One seemed a little bit more recessed. If I wiggle it after I secured it, it might kind of even out a bit more. But when I push it down, it definitely has a hard snap. But I don't know, it worked. The main thing is it did work, but again, there's some consistency in the quality I found. I have only experienced this one from StrapHabit, which is the class here, the black one, which I bought separately to swap it out yet again, just to better color match the watch. And I was curious if the quality might be somehow better, even though I suspect it was from more or less the same factories. But yeah, I mean, it fits just right. It fits the holes just right. It's that little pin is not too loose and not too tight. It just fits just like the Strap Tailor one. But the buttons are definitely don't have any inhibition, like any kind of roughness or kind of slight resistance when I'm trying to press it, and I can just easily lock this down as well as detach it, but not so easily. I mean, I brush my finger on this, no problem. It doesn't just unlock and fall off, cause my watch to come loose. And that's it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your watches. I am continuing to enjoy this one. Later.